Ciao Tesla people. So in release software update release 2025.8.4, there are several undocumented changes, and one of those changes was the service mode. There were some changes and new features. Okay, so I wanted to do a video listing and explaining these new changes. They don't apply to all the cars and to all the models. Okay, so we'll go through. So if you get into service mode, so let me put the camera here. Okay. Okay, so the first change is called the new HVAC panel. A new HVAC panel is available to support HVAC system diagnosis. It adds the ability to determine the status of the HVAC actuators, HEPA filters, and blower motor. Okay, applies to the Cybertruck. Okay, so I cannot. Well, HVAC. Let me check if thermal HVAC. So here are the information of the HVAC. Okay, so the left side. So the temperature. Okay, the top and the actuator. Okay. Fuel HEPA filters. Here it says health 91% and cabin filter health 98%. Okay, so I changed both filters, and I have a Model Y in August 2024, so it's probably a month, something like that. In 9 months that I have this changed. Okay, so you have this information, so they apply to the Cybertruck too right now. Then HVAC battery panel update, moved the state of health SOH, of course, routine. The state of health routine is in the HV battery panel, has been moved to the control service tab, which does not require entering the service mode or service mode plus. We saw that I showed on the video. If you go to the service list, not in the service mode, you have the battery health. Okay. Window panel update, rear defrost routine. The rear defrost component on the Windows panel has been updated to simple diagnostics. The re-enable routine will now be visible all the time, but it can only be ran when a condition requiring its usage is detected. That's is applied to 2021 plus Model S, Model X, 3 and Y. Okay, and this is the update panel, Windows panel update. Okay, where is here? I'm not sure where it's going. Probably in thermal too. Action, no. Let me see. Action, no. Refrigerant, no. Let me see. Software, cameras. Oh, here. Maybe it's this guy. Windows. Okay. So this is the Windows panel. Okay. There is a door icon. Okay, so you can defrost the routine too. Okay, or you can calibrate the windows. Okay, so the frost is right here. Okay, so then another one, seats panel update, cabin radar and seat sensor. I did a video explaining how to get there. So if you go all the way, the last icon, you get airbags and seats, and here it tells you, hopla, right? Sorry. And here it tells you about the radar, and I show the video where you get the information about the radar. For example, here the left seat where I'm saying is occupied. It says, okay. So this is the way you check. So since about the seats panel has been updated to show whether the cabin radar and or seat sensor is being used to detect occupants in the front seats. Okay, in time they will get all this detection for all the seats, okay? And applies to Model 3, Model Y, and Cybertruck. Then brakes pedal update. Update gateway configuration. The gateway configuration for brake hardware type and caliper color can now be updated on the brakes panel. Okay, so let's go to brakes. Which one was it? Maybe it's this guy. Steering brakes here. So this is the brakes. Okay, so the brake panel. Okay, applies to Model 3 from 2017 to 23, Model Y from 2020 to 24, Model S to 2021 plus, and Model X 21 plus. Okay, and then a steering panel update gateway configuration. The gateway configuration for the steering column motor type can be now be updated on the steering panel. Applies to Model 3, Model Y. So again, I think it's here. If you have steering, they updated this panel here. Okay, they put new graphics and all that stuff, which is really good. Service mode update. Media source switches to Bluetooth. When entering service mode, the media sources will now automatically switch to Bluetooth to prevent the vehicle from playing media using the customer connected media accounts. Apply for Model S, Model X, Model 3, and Model Y. Okay. There's an charging panel update. Charge port ECU reset routine. The charge port electronic control unit ECU resets routine. Test reset CPU wherever has been added to the charging panel, which can be required after performing a charge port related service. Okay, applies to Model 3, Y, Model S, and Model X, and Cybertruck. Okay, so I guess it's here, charging, here. You see, they update this guy. Very cool. And then the noise recording panel update, they moved to tools. The noise recording panel has been moved from the high voltage panel to tools panel. To access the panel, tap tools, noise reductions, which are maybe, so they moved from high, I'm not sure if it's this or it's outside the service mode. Let me check, okay? This is not tool. Frunk, I don't see tools. Yeah, I don't see it. Maybe it's outside. I'm not sure. Okay, I have to check this. Okay. Applies to the Cybertruck. Okay, so it doesn't matter to me. Sorry about that. And then coolant panel update. The coolant purge status indicator. An indicator has been added to the coolant panel to report the status of the coolant purge, and whatever the coolant purge needs to rerun applies to the Cybertruck. Okay, so this is not for me. Okay, so these are a bunch of changes that apply to the service mode, and this is on version 2025.8.4. So if you have the latest ones, you get all these changes, which are pretty cool. So I made a video to check if you have a 4D radar, and it's very easy, so check out the video. And that's it. I wanted to just share this information about the service mode and new panels that they updated. Okay, so if you have a Tesla, if you want to buy a Tesla, use my Tesla referral in the description. You can get up to 500 euros discount here in the EU, but if you are in the US, you can get free free charging for 3 months. I'm not sure if there is a discount, monetary discount. I know there is a $400 discount if you buy a Powerwall, so check out that. And please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, share it, and I'll see you on next video. Ciao Tesla people.